David and Goliath. Hidden truths you might have missed. David wasn't just confident. He knew for certain he would defeat Goliath. Why? Because Goliath was an uncircumcised Philistine. 1 Samuel 17:26. Circumcision was the sign of God's covenant with Israel. Genesis 17:10-14. This meant Goliath had no divine protection, while David, a faithful Israelite, stood under God's promises. David boldly declared, "For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he has dared to defy the armies of the living God?" 1 Samuel 17:26. He understood that Goliath was already defeated before the battle even began. Many assume David took 5 stones because he thought he might miss. But in 2 Samuel 21:15-22, we learn that Goliath had 4 giant relatives: Ishbi-Benob, Saph, or Sippai, Lami, Goliath's brother, an unnamed giant with 6 fingers and 6 toes. David wasn't just preparing for Goliath. He was ready for any of his family members who might come to seek revenge. This shows his complete faith in God's power to handle every enemy. The Bible describes Goliath's armor in detail. 1 Samuel 17:4-7. He had a bronze helmet, a coat of mail weighing about 125 pounds, bronze leg armor, a massive spear with an iron point weighing about 15 pounds. Goliath trusted in his physical protection, but David understood that true victory doesn't come from weapons. It comes from God. That's why David refused King Saul's armor. 1 Samuel 17:38-39. He knew his strength came from the Lord alone. When Goliath saw David, he mocked him and cursed him by his gods. 1 Samuel 17:43. This was a fatal error. The Philistines worshipped false gods like Dagon. 1 Samuel 5:2-4, but David served the one true God. David responded with a prophetic declaration. "You come to me with a sword, a spear, and a saber, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." 1 Samuel 17:45. David wasn't fighting alone. He was backed by the Lord of hosts. After David killed Goliath with a sling and a stone, he ran and cut off his head with Goliath's own sword. 1 Samuel 17:51. But here's something often overlooked. David later took Goliath's head to Jerusalem. 1 Samuel 17:54. Why is this important? At the time, Jerusalem was still a Jebusite city, not yet under Israel's control. 2 Samuel 5:6-7. Some scholars believe David was declaring a future victory, showing that just as God defeated Goliath, he would also give Jerusalem into Israel's hands. The story of David and Goliath is more than just an underdog story. It's about faith, covenant, and God's unstoppable power. David's victory reminds us that when we trust in the Lord, no enemy can stand against us. If you enjoyed these hidden insights, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Help us spread God's truth so that more people can see His power in Scripture. What detail stood out to you the most? Drop a comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.